All right, we've got a lot going on today. I had to come back during my vacation. I'm now in Seoul, South Korea. Let's talk a little bit about Bitcoin today. We're going to talk a little bit about what Trump said, also what Elon is doing and how that's impacting the market. First of all, Bitcoin is breaking out. This is a breakout candle right here. This white one here, that is a trend candle. I've got a little indicator on here that shows me trend bearish and bullish trend candles. The orange are bearish, the white are bullish. Basically, it's just a candle where the body makes up at least 60% of the candle. Okay, anyways, we got that yesterday. We had a almost $6,000 candle yesterday, and it looks like right now, if we zoom in, it looks like today's candle wants to stack. Look at that, bodies. The body wants to stack. We've been stacking candles for about 4 days now on Bitcoin, and that has been pretty excellent. Fantastic, especially if you're in Bitcoin related assets. You can see here that yesterday you had Bitfarms was up 12%, and in pre-market right now it's up another 12%. Cypher was up 17% yesterday, 9% in pre-market right now. Core Z up 8%, up 4.77% in pre-market right now. Let's see if there's any others that were really exciting. Where's Bit Digital? I know that one did kind of a lot. Bit Digital, no, it didn't do too much. Riot was up 13, 3% in pre-market. Iron up 10% yesterday, basically, and up 6% in pre-market. Mara up 14%, up another 3.91% in pre-market. CleanSpark up 17% yesterday and up another 3% in pre-market. These things are flying high right now off of this news. Now, of course, we're nowhere near back to where we were. Like if we look at CleanSpark really quick, nowhere near back to where we were. We are just barely getting to the top of the range, which means we're hitting resistance, which means we could be in some trouble. If we go back to Bitcoin, you can see that Bitcoin is right now getting to an area where it's getting a little bit oversold on, getting a little bit, overbought on the RSI for the daily. Okay, you can see that's coming through. We are hitting the top of the Bollinger Band here as well, meaning we could see a bit of a rollover here, and that would basically take us back to the 50-day moving average, which we may test, we may not. We might do a full lockout rally. We may do a retest here. We'll have to be certain. I would expect at least a retest of about $90,000 before we take off. I would expect that. But if that doesn't happen, be positioned with at least something is what I am thinking and what I am doing. And of course, nothing I say is financial advice and not a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. Simply my thoughts and ideas, or make your own decisions, come to your own conclusions, take your own risks, be responsible for those decisions. I am also in Solana, so I started buying Solana back again around 130. It's now up to 151. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I started buying Doge around 15 cents. It is now at 18 cents. I'm pretty happy about that. I also bought a little bit of, not Sui, but Sui's not bad. I bought a little bit of Say as well at around 16 cents. That is also at 19 cents, and I'm feeling pretty good about that as well. So those are the crypto positions I've been taking. I did start adding to my CLSKW again, because if CleanSpark gets to $18, I expect this to blow this number here, this $1.32, or honestly it's 164 cents, out of the water if CleanSpark gets above $18 and holds it for a few days, because they have that stipulation in their SEC filing that if CLSKW holds over $18 for 20 days within any 30-day rolling period, they can make it executable at $18. So that would be pretty great. Okay. So I would expect a pretty big move out of this in that situation. So I have been adding to this again here at these levels. I sold a good amount of it. I sold about a third of my shares in this at about 40 cents, and I'm buying those shares back basically right now, and then some right now at this time. And that's all I'm doing right there. I'm also looking at Mara. Mara is very interesting since it's got a big bag of about a little over 40,000 Bitcoin. I'm looking at Mara to make a move back up at least into the high 20s, maybe low 30s from here, which would be more than a double up. If I use options on that, well, that would be a much bigger move than just a double up. So I'm looking at that as well. IREN, I don't know if I'm going to get back into IREN or not. I'm not certain. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to or not. I have limited capital. I'm doing other things. So that one might just be lost to me this time. I might have, I'm going to narrow my scope this time, this go around. If you're in Bitfarms, we're finally seeing some moves out of it. 12% 2 days in a row is pretty good for Bitfarms. Though, again, I mean, it's really got to come up to 171 and conquer honestly 182 before it's out of just the recent downtrend. And then we have all the other downtrends that we have to get above, which is above 281. So I mean, it's got to more than double up just to get out of the most recent downtrend that it's been in. So this one is still not really on my list at this time, but it could move up to like 171. That's potential. Anyways, let's move on to Tesla. This is something very important. Okay, right here. Elon Musk says he will spend less time with Doge and much more time with Tesla. Okay, that came out 11 hours ago on X. And if we go over to Tesla, remember what I said about the narrative, about the return of the CEO. Remember what I said about that a while ago, all right? Back when we were falling, and I said when we see big good news coming out, that Tesla would move up in that respect in terms of good news in terms of Elon returning to the company. And guess what happened yesterday? All right, we had earnings. They were bad, but Elon said he was going to spend more time with the company. Guess what? Stock went up 4.6%. Guess what? It's up another, how many percent right now in pre-market? It is up another 6% in pre-market. Their earnings were terrible, by the way. Terrible. Look at that. They missed earnings per share by 34%. They missed revenue by 9%. Any other company would be cratering off of that news, but Elon said he's going to come back. It's not about numbers, it's about narrative. Okay, so that is exactly what I said was going to happen, and exactly what is happening. Okay, so sometimes I'm right, sometimes pay attention. Holy crap! Look at BRT. It's up 16.54% in pre-market. Wow, that is great. I'm gonna have to roll up my cash secure put on that today. I'm gonna have to roll that up. That's really good. You don't see that kind of move to what is Nvidia. Nvidia is only up 5%. That is nuts. Feeling very good about that. All right, you can also see that QQQ is up a lot, and so is the SPY. The stock market as a whole is up heavily today as a result of, and I'll show you exactly why that's happening. Let me just turn off some drawings, not all drawings. Okay. It was up yesterday by 2.63%. It is up another 2.5% in pre-market today. That's just pre-market. Okay. And why is it up so much? Well, two reasons. Right here, Trump said he will not play hardball with China. And that a deal is likely to happen pretty quickly. That means that they've already come to some sort of preemptive sort of deal. That means that they've already talked, they've already said something, they've already made some type of agreement. And this is his way of, allowing their government to save face when they come out to announce that deal to their people. So that's what came out there. He's not going to play hardball with China. That came out yesterday, and we are flying off that. Guess what? What else happened? Trump says he has no intention of firing Jerome Powell. Guess what he was saying just a week ago? That he had intentions of firing Jerome Powell. And then today he said he has no intention of firing Jerome Powell, which if he had actually tried to fire him, that would have brought in a ton of instability into the market and sent us tumbling down way more. So the fact that he's not going to try to fire him, which technically he shouldn't even be able to do anyways, it was just lip service. That is introducing stability. Those two pieces of news are introducing stability. If those stick, this market rally will stick. If those do not stick, if he goes back on any of those at any point in time in the next days or weeks, this will completely evaporate. So we're watching this very closely. If this narrative shows any signs of flipping back to what it was just last week, well, then we're going to lose this entire rally and probably then some. If this narrative sticks and we get a deal with China and he continues to speak more positively of Powell, well then, guess what? This rally is real. Okay, so we're keeping our eyes on all that right now. And that's basically all I got for you right now. And with that said, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video, check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description as well as the channel bio, and have a profitable day.